Okay, so we're done with the main part of the camper. Right now, we got our saw set up at a 20-degree angle. And we went ahead and we cut our first verticals, and you can see the angle there. And what we're going to do next is before I change my saw, I want to cut all of my angles. And I have both of the back pieces, these pieces that are going to sit here. These are already cut to length. So what I want to do right now is get all of my angled stuff cut. And unfortunately, I do need to cut this top piece. I got to calculate where it needs to be. In order to do all of this, I haven't done a drawing or any plans for this. So basically, I'm setting it up and I'm sketching it out and marking stuff and cutting and marking and cutting. And once I get one side done, I'll know all the dimensions that my other side needs to be because they're exactly the same. It's going to be tricky, but I think I can do this, at least get the first one done. And then, we can go off of that one to build the second one. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and do some cutting here, just cut these angles and have all of my angles cut so I can go ahead and change my saw back to 90 degrees. So what we're doing here is we're just cutting all of these at the very end. We're leaving them full length. We're just cutting the angle on them. We're not cutting the length, we're just putting the 20-degree angle. Before we change our saw up, we want to make sure that we cut all these. Because we want them all to match. All right, we're going to move our saw back to 90 degrees, or 0 on the dial anyways. Okay. Okay, so what I've decided to do is go ahead and pre-assemble these partially. So what we're going to do, we're going to go ahead and glue. And we're going to line this up, we're going to drill. All right, we're back at the saw. So we've marked up our boards compared to the other frame that we built, and it should be exactly the same. So we're going to make all of our cuts. That's one of our verticals. This one is our top piece, and we need to cut it on an angle, so we're going to have to move back to the 20 degrees. So let's adjust our saw back to 20 degrees again. Right there. And this one we won't saw off with the hand saw, since we got a measurement. And that should be exact. All right, let's get started assembling all of this. All right, going back to 90 degrees or 0 degrees. All right, perfect. Start cutting our spacers. It's 2. Let's get some glue down. Time to glue and screw. So let's get gluing. Very, very close to the end here. Very close to the end. We can taste it. We're that close. I'm gonna take a short break just for a few minutes. I got some errands I gotta go run. And I think this is a good point for me to take a break. I'm gonna finish this up today, but I just want to contemplate some of the next moves here and figure out what I'm going to be doing exactly here with the front of the camper. I'm really leaning towards doing angled rafters going front to back. I'm leaning towards that. I think that's the way to go. I think that would be probably the best thing for supporting the front of the camper, and then just connect all those together. I'm leaning towards that. I'm just trying to figure out how I'm going to implement it. I know the front wall is pretty simple, but I have to think about the top of it and how I'm going to attach everything. This is a good look at what's done so far. Yeah, we're close. We're so close. There's not much more to do to the rest of the camper frame. I mean, everything's there. The door opening, the window opening, the back door, the kitchen door, the fan opening. I'm trying to build this without any 2x4s. I haven't used one 2x4 yet. I'm pretty happy so far, considering I did not have a blueprint for this, and I'm building this on the fly. This thing's going to look really nice once it's all done and put together. You know, I'm real iffy though on the coatings I'm using and the procedure I'm going to do there. I don't think it'll be a problem with the weatherproof part of it. I'm just concerned about the looks. Hopefully I'm able to sand everything smooth enough, and the bed liner material will cover enough flaws in the material that I won't be able to see any of that. I'm hoping that's the way that's going to go. We shall see. Gosh, this has been a big project. So we figured out what we're going to do here, and we're marking up our horizontal pieces, and we got 3 that we're going to need to cut. So we're going to get these out of the way first. And then we got a bunch of angled studs we're going to need to cut. I'm trying to do this the easiest way and not overcomplicate it. So the front is going to be just a rectangular box, just like we had talked about. And I'm going to mount another cross member at the top with the same angle. And yeah, there will be a little bit of gap at the top, but it's not going to be much. And there'll still be enough support for our plywood that it's not going to be an issue. And when I do cut my plywood for the front piece, I will angle it so that it butts up against the other plywood and there's no gap or anything. So I'll put that 20-degree angle on it. So we're going to go ahead and cut these, get that out of the way so we can move on to something else. I'm going to test fit these before I cut anything else. Just going to pre-drill all my screw holes. I thought the camera was running, but it wasn't when I was putting this in. But I got everything glued up here on the sides, and I got this held up with my clamps. And I'm making a huge mess with the glue, so I want to try to wrap this up. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to move the camera back a little bit. What I'm going to do is I'm going to tap it with the hammer with the clamps on it, get it to where I want it. We are at the point now where we are going to put glue. We're going to glue and screw this in. So I'm going to set this to the side. I do want to take my broom and broom off all this sawdust. All right, and we're going to put glue across the bottom and down both sides. And we'll mount this the same way we've done the other one, screws to the bottom and through the sides. Excited to be wrapping this up. I do have some other little braces I got to put on this. I'm going to do all that now and be finished with this so we can move on to the next chapter. Go ahead and get this in here. I'm going to try to, slide it in like that and then down. So we are done. We are done here on this end of the camper. It's very sturdy, not flimsy at all. I have nowhere to nail the end of my paneling in the inside here. So I got to put some blocks here and here. And the same thing goes for not up here, but up here. I have nothing to nail to. I bought a package of shims, and I think these are going to work fabulous. I got these from Home Depot, a huge package. Oh gosh, I don't know how many's in here, like 40 something, maybe 48. So they're 12-inch long, and these are going to work perfect for our gap that we have here. I tried already, putting them in there to see how they fit, and they fit perfect. Okay, so we're done with the shimming, and I don't know if you can see. I'll try to get the camera around where you can see it, but that's what we did. We only placed 2 up here, and it stiffened it up a lot. We ended up using 4 shims, and we put 4 screws, but we ended up using the full length of the shims, so I think that's going to work for us just fine. It's not going to interfere with any of our paneling or frame or plywood. So that all looks good. Everything's tied up there. Next up, we got blocks that we got to put on the ceiling. And from this end, you can see what I was trying to accomplish here now. You can see that I have some framing all the way down that I can attach my paneling to. And that's what I was trying to accomplish with this. We are finished with our framing, thank gosh. So I'm gonna walk around the camper and show you what it looks like framed, completely framed. I'm gonna show you everything inside and out. Before I do that, I'm in eastern North Carolina. In the last few days, we've been dealing with that. It's melting, but boy, we got, in this area, we got a lot of snow, a lot. The most snow I've seen since I was a kid in the Carolinas. So that was quite interesting the last few days. But yeah, I measured 8, 10, and 12 in different spots in my yard. They said in this area we got 14 inches. I didn't measure 14 anywhere. But enough of that, let's take a look at the camper. I'm even pleased with my shim work, even though I'm sure someone will say that's shoddy. It's very strong. I mean, the entire trailer, the whole entire frame, no matter where I grab it and shake it, it shakes the entire trailer, bottom and all, the trailer itself and all. So a good look. Our window opening that we had to route out. All of our handiwork at the top, putting in our little nail rails. A good look at the front. I climbed inside of this a few days ago just to kind of see what it would feel like sitting inside of it, and it's more roomy than I thought it was going to be. I'm very pleased with the size, and I think I could have got by making it another inch or two taller. I'm not really sure on that because I got to make sure I have enough clearance. I'm going to be storing this in this garage, so I don't want to have to pay for storage, but I got to be able to get through the garage door. And I did want to make the interior exactly 4 foot so that I didn't have to waste a lot of paneling for the inside, even though I'm going to have to waste some for the exterior. It looks good. I'm happy with it. It's our door opening, which we sanded on. We're going to clean everything up. We got sawdust everywhere, but we're going to be making a lot more sawdust. We got to shift this around so that it's hanging off the trailer so that we can route the bottom and cut the plywood flush with the side walls. We really appreciate you watching this episode, and we hope you've subscribed so you can catch all of our episodes of building this camper. We're learning as we go, and it's been fun. I'm enjoying it actually way more than I thought I would. In the beginning, it was kind of tiring when I was building the trailer, because it was very early and I didn't see any results very quickly, and it was a lot of work. And it has been a lot of work up to this point, but I'm seeing results. I'm seeing it come together, and it's a lot of fun seeing that happen. Hope y'all are having a great day. Have more fun camping, and see you next time.